Hi. Hi, Rex. A good Sunday to you. Thank you for joining me. I hope everybody is doing well. I hope everybody is healthy and moving. How is everybody? Good? Thank you for giving me your time. It's Sunday afternoon, usually a nice lazy day. And I'm so glad you're doing great. Thank you for joining me, Ross, Jeremy. It's super nice to see you. I am happy to hear it. I'm happy to hear you're doing all right. Where is everybody from? If I could just get a really quick idea of where you're from. I always love knowing where people are from. Hi, Antonio. Mississippi. Hi, Mississippi. It's got to be getting hot. Turkey. Hello, Turkey. Hey, Rex. Thank you for sharing that with me. I like knowing where people are from. It's Algeria. Wow. Hi. Canada. Hi. Hi, Bruce. I love knowing where people are from. South Carolina. I was in South Carolina doing a mud run. There's some red earth in South Carolina. I just like knowing where people are from. It just kind of connects me, you know. So I wanted to share with you the 5 top reasons why I am going to strength train and lift for the rest of my life. Last week I was doing a workout and sharing the workouts with you, and I think we got to talking about the fact that somebody asked me how old I am, and I'm going to be 52 in a week, less than a week. The clock is ticking and I'm going to be 52 years old, and I'm pretty happy that I'm going to be 52 years old. And part of what I think about when I think about the fact that I have another birthday coming up, and I think about the questions that people ask me related to why I still lift or work out the way I do, because I don't compete anymore. And so I want to share with you 5 reasons why I will always lift and why I recommend it to everybody. Part of aging, right? And part of sedentary life means that we lose muscle. That's part of the normal aging process, muscle atrophy. And, you know, if you think about your body, I like to give this analogy to the people I train, right? If I were to pick a fruit, a plum from a tree, right? A plum that when it's first forming, you take that plum and it's hard, right? It's hard and it's tight and it's this beautiful plum. If you think about your muscles and your body, right, and you analogize it to a plum. Now stick with me here. The pit inside that plum represents your bone, right? And the fruit around that pit represents your muscle, right? Think about it that way. And then the skin around that fruit represents your skin. And of course you have vascular system running in between and through your muscles. But what I always like to tell people is when we age, right? Part of what happens is we mature, and just like that fruit matures, right? It starts to get soft and it starts to shrink, right? And then before you know it, you end up with a prune. And the pit, which represents our bone in this analogy, is no longer protected. And then what happens to the skin? The skin is wrinkled. So it's fair to say that you can analogize aging to what happens with like a fruit. You know, when we're young, we're tight and we're toned and we're vibrant and we don't have any wrinkles and we're beautiful and we're hard. And as we get older, we get ripe, we get juicier, which is not a bad thing. It's good to be juicy. But weightlifting helps slow all that down. So that's one of the reasons why I will always lift until if it's up to me, until my dying day. Because I want to be that tight, toned, fresh fruit. Okay? That's just an analogy for you to think about. The other reason, the second reason why I will always lift is because your metabolism is dictated partly by the amount of muscle on your body. As we get older, we get wiser, we hope. I hope. Right, Rex? Thank you for joining me, everybody. Ross, Nicolo, Fitness, Guillermo, Jay Aaron. I hope I'm saying your names properly. Forgive me if I'm not. Thank you for joining me. I have to impress upon you, I feel it's my mission to press upon you the benefits of strength training and lifting weights and why it's so important. It's not just a young person's sport or activity. It's the opposite. It's an older person's sport of activity. So we don't want to waste away. We don't want our muscles to atrophy sooner than they need to. And with strength training, you benefit from slowing down the aging process and keeping your muscles alive, period. And you look better. You're a ripe fruit. But your metabolism, that was the second point I was going to make, is that your metabolism slows down when you lose muscle. And what happens to the body if you're sedentary, if you're not active enough, which is something that used to be promoted, if you don't remain active and you lose muscle, your metabolism slows down. And so it takes less calories and less food for you to gain weight. And what happens is you lose muscle, and then that muscle is replaced by fat. So you eat less, you still gain weight because your metabolism is dropped. And if you strength train and you keep your muscle, you maintain your muscle, you can eat more because muscle tissue is active tissue and it requires more calories to operate, right? So that's reason number 2. Now, to expand on that, our bodies have about 600 plus muscles. We have like 600 plus muscles in all our body, right? And the muscles are responsible for everything that we do, from throwing a ball and swinging a racket to blinking. Our muscles are responsible for the blood pumping through our heart and our lungs. I mean, it's a miracle what our muscles do, and keeping them alive, muy bueno, right? Muy bueno. So those are the first 2 reasons. And I'm going to get to your questions, and I can't wait to see what you're sharing with me, because I know a lot of you are into fitness, a lot of you lift, some of you may not, some of you may not realize the benefits that come from lifting, and which is why I'm sharing this. And so I can't wait to see what you're saying and hear what you're sharing and get some of your experience. But I'm going to go on to the third point. The third reason I will always lift is bones. As we age, not only do we lose muscle, but also we lose bone. And so our bones become more fragile. They become more porous, right? And what that means is osteoporosis. It means a disease that adds to fragility as we age. Because when you train with weights, when you put force on your body, it also forces your bones to produce harder, stronger bones. And so a woman who might end up with osteoporosis can put off osteoporosis. Doesn't have to break a hip. Doesn't have to worry about falling. That's another key reason why lifting is so important. Bone strength, bone density, huge. The muscles are responsible for keeping our bone structure erect, but they're also responsible for helping the bone structure if you're lifting weights. So those 3 reasons right there are enough, wouldn't you say? Wouldn't you say that those are really good reasons? Yes? And of course, diet is huge, but I'm not even going to get into diet yet. Yes, fitness, 100%. I'm not even going to get into the diet. I'm talking just lifting. Why just lifting is so important. So, number 4 is related to balance, right? As we age, we lose muscle unless we slow it down and stop it through strength training. We lose bone, right? Unless we slow it down and stop it. And when you lose muscle, which keeps your skeleton erect, and you lose bone strength, you become more fragile, and you have a problem with balance. You lose balance, making you more prone and more susceptible to falls and breaks, and in many cases, life-threatening injuries. Balance. Now, compound that, okay? Compound the fact that while we age, our eyesight starts to go a little bit, I start to use reading glasses because I can't see things the way I used to. And then my hearing is not as good and as sharp as it used to. I can't hear as well. This is all a normal process of aging in life, and it's a beautiful thing. And we have ways to help with the eyesight issue. We wear glasses, we can still read, enjoy life, we can drive. We have ways to deal with hearing issues. Some of us have selective hearing, make believe we don't hear things that we don't want to hear. Just joking. I do that sometimes. But all of those things, the loss of balance because of the loss of muscle and bone fragility combined with the eyesight starting to go and the hearing starting to go, really start to make us feel more fragile, more vulnerable. And this is all the big party that is related to aging. That's reason number 4 why I will always lift. To my dying day, I will lift. I'm going to go into a box buff, I think. Or live to a ripe old age and still have a life that is independent and feels productive to me, which is how I want to live my life. I want to be able to take care of stuff. Thank you for joining me, all of you. Chris, so good to see you. Jared, so good to see you. Ruben, hi Ruben. Indiana Trucker, hi. So I am preaching. I am preaching about lifting, why I'm always going to lift, right? There's more. There's more. The 5th reason why I will always lift, okay, is because it is a proven fact that weightlifting, that working out, that physical activity not only slows down the clock and makes you look better, feel better, live longer, live more productive, okay? But it also helps fight diseases that we're dealing with. Diabetes, heart disease, MS, cancer, depression, and the list goes on. There's so many diseases that are exacerbated by not moving. There's so many diseases that are exacerbated and made worse by not being physically active, and strength training, weightlifting benefit all of them. Osteoporosis, we could really put that off. Arthritis. I have family members who are in so much pain with arthritis, but when they start moving and start working out, they feel so good and they're in less pain. And it's a struggle, but it's always worth it. Llama Pix, thank you so much for supporting my channel. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you. So I just went on about 5 different reasons why I'm always going to lift. And I'm not competing. Obviously, I'm a professional bodybuilder. I have been lifting weights for 36 plus years. I'm just going to show off. The fruits of my labor. That's just me hamming it up, showing off my biceps and my arms. Here where I show my triceps. Triceps. Side chest. Here a little side chest. A little most muscular. So five reasons. 5 reasons. Now, most of this you might already know. For anybody who's already lifting and working out, you know this. I'm just reinforcing it. And for those of you who don't know, wow, right? Wow. Weightlifting. It's not just for bodybuilders or competitive weightlifters or strongmen. It's for everybody. And there have been studies, okay? Studies, and I'm going to share a book that you can read, a real easy read. You might be interested in sharing it with your mom, your sister, your wife, all your friends. There have been studies that show that weightlifting started by people in their 70s, in their 60s, and even in their 80s who are suffering from cancer, diabetes, arthritis, have benefited, have become stronger, have increased their muscle mass. 60s, 70s, 80s year olds, where I think there was a time when we thought, when you get to a certain age in life, you go buy yourself a rocking chair, you retire, and the golden years are sitting on a couch or sitting on the front porch rocking. Wrong. The golden years should be you on the golf course, tennis course, at the gym, swimming, tai chi, having a good time, living your best life. And I'm going to be 52 next week. And I'm going to celebrate that, thank God. And I'm going to keep lifting. And when I'm 62 and 72 and 82 and maybe 92, I'm going to still be lifting. You lift the rocking chair? You can lift the rocking chair, you can sit in the rocking chair, but you can't stay there. That's not where your retirement lives, okay? Happy early birthday. Thank you so much, Trucker. Thank you so much. So do you have any questions? I want to know how you're doing. I know I feel like I'm on my soapbox. I can't help it. I can't help it. They call me misfit. I call myself misfit for life for a reason. And it's because I intend to be productive and active my whole life. That is my goal. So that's why I'm misfit for life. You enjoyed the hula hoop video? Okay, what a surprise the hula hoop was, okay? And here's the thing about the hula hoop. You know, you get going on one side, and you saw that, right? And you got to do the other side too, and that gets a little weird. I'm not going to lie, but it was fun. And it was also a great cardio workout too. What a surprise. So you, let's see, fitness. You lifted weights because you failed everything else. Okay, schools, okay. But lifting weights has been good for you, right, fitness? Fitness, Dammy? It improves so many things, and science and research has taught us so much about what resistance training can do for the body. And I talked about depression, one of the diseases that it helps with. And that's because the brain releases chemicals that are so good for us. They make us feel more positive, more optimistic, more empowered. And who doesn't need more of that, especially at very stressful times? Okay, I've got a good question here. Do I do any cardio or only weights? I do both. That's a great question. Thank you for asking. I do both because weightlifting and strength training is not enough. It helps with my skeletal muscle. It does all the great things that I talked about, the 5 I outlined. But I also need a good cardiorespiratory workout too. So I generally hike or walk minimum 30 minutes a day. I go for a brisk walk. That's one of the best ways to get a cardio workout in too, because part of what's happening there is when you're hitting the pavement, you're pounding. So walking would be better than something like swimming, for example. And not to say you shouldn't swim, because that's great too, but I walk all the time. I try to walk every single day, at least 30 minutes. All right, another question. Any exercises to get rid of love handles? Okay, so now I'm going to go to the diet side of things, okay? So, yes, exercises are very, very helpful with getting rid of love handles. And you know what the love handle concept came from? You being, you know, you're fat and happy and you eat too much and whatever. But you can be love handle free and happy too. What I would suggest is, you know, you need to look at what you're eating. Your diet is an important part of weight loss. Walking, which is a cardio workout and burns a good number of calories in an aerobic manner. So a fast-paced walk to keep you aerobic so that you're burning more fat for fuel than you're burning sugar. So not running, walking, okay? And for me, minimum 30 minutes a day. I'll do up to an hour walk a day, and that really helps to keep my body fat levels down. And when your body fat levels are down, you got no love handles. You got abs. No love handles. So diet, aerobic exercise, in this case I would suggest walking, two very, very important parts of getting rid of love handles. And then of course, you could follow whatever diet you want. Ideally, you're having real food, fresh vegetables, fresh fruit. Things that don't come in packages are better for you. They have less preservatives. They're much healthier for your body. They're great food nutrient sources for your body. And calorically restricting is really how you lose weight, right? So I'm going to give you a little bit of math real quick. There are 3,500 calories in a pound of fat, I believe is what it is. 3,500, right? So if you want to lose, let's say you want to lose a pound of weight a week, which is a really good number. It's a sustainable number to lose, 1 pound of weight per week. You would need to restrict your calories by 3,500 calories for a week. So if you divided 3,500 calories in a week, right, you come up with like a 500 calorie deficit per day. Okay, that's just simple math. And if you could find a way to create a 500 calorie deficit per day, 7 days, you can hit that 3,500 calorie mark, you should be losing 1 pound of weight. Now, my recommendation on how to create a 500 calorie deficit would be to do a combination of eating a little bit less, right? Restricting energy, calories, and then walking more. So maybe you burn, 250, 300 calories on a walk, and then you restrict 200, 250 calories less a day. And then you have this winning combination for weight loss. See that? It's math, it's formulaic. I hope that was helpful. The sun is shining in my area. Yes, it is. It's beautiful. What about your area? Okay, here's another question. How often do I target my biceps in a week? I do arms once a week. That is the last workout of my week. I do biceps and tricep. I train them together once a week. However, understand that when you do your back exercises and when you do your chest workouts, your biceps and your triceps are also getting involved, but they're sort of secondary. I train my arms 1 time a week, is usually the last week of the day. The last day of the week. Did I say that right? You got that. You understand what I'm talking about, right? Even when I mess up, you know what I'm talking about, right? So you got cloudy days. So Jose, thank you for joining me. For all of you, I want to thank you for joining me and giving me your time. If you like my channel, please subscribe. That's super helpful to me, and it lets me know that I should keep doing this. It's encouraging. And if you like this video, please like it, like it, like it, like it, like it a lot, okay? Like super like, yeah, okay. And leave a comment if you have any questions, if you have your own feedback related to what you're doing in your fitness. If you lift, do you lift? More than just yourself out of a chair, which is also really important. Leave a comment in the comment section and I promise you I will get to it. So I want to recap though. I want to recap and then I'll get to some more of your questions. I'm going to try to read all your questions. The 5 reasons why I will always lift. The 5 reasons why I will always lift. To slow down and stop muscle atrophy. Slow down and stop muscle atrophy because our muscles shrink and we become weaker and we become more vulnerable, okay? The body in motion stays in motion. Metabolism. The more muscle you have on your body, the higher your metabolism is, okay? And we want to keep the metabolism up because we can eat more. Muscle is active tissue, okay? It consumes more calories. Bone strength. Lifting promotes bone strength. It'll make your bones stronger. It'll make your bones harder. It'll make you not shrink, right? Muscle loss means shrinkage. Nobody wants shrinkage, okay? We already talked about the plum. 4, balance. We need to maintain our balance so we don't fall. As we get older, we start to lose other things. That's a normal part of aging, but you want to maintain your strength so you can also maintain your balance. You can also maintain your independence. And 5, it's so helpful with so many diseases that we battle. It's just a part of life. Diabetes, arthritis, osteoporosis, mental health, the list goes on and on. Those are the 5 reasons why I'm always going to lift, why I'm Misfit for Life, and why I recommend it for you and everybody you know. That's just my opinion, though. You don't have to agree, but you probably should. Hi, Floyd. Oh, I'm so glad I can motivate you. Because, I mean, I'm inspired and motivated by you, too. I see the things that you talk about. I see your posts. I'm reading your stories. So I really appreciate that. And I'm inspired by you, too. It's a two-way street. To get more girls. Yeah, you know what? To look better. If you look better, you feel better. So, yeah, there's the vanity part of it, too. You want to look better because you feel better, your confidence is up. Those are all benefits of taking care of yourself. 100%. Vanity is not a bad thing, 100%. Because you need your muscles to stay juicy, exactly. Now you're getting it. Okay, so any other questions? I want questions. When do I think the gyms are going to open again? I have no idea. I hope they follow the science and that everybody can stay safe. That's my hope, because the gyms are there to promote health and wellness and fitness. And so that's my hope. And in the meantime, go to the park, the garage, backyard, front yard, bedroom, wherever you can do it, do it. Find a way. Don't let the fact that the gyms are closed stop you from taking care of yourself. That is an unacceptable excuse in my book. You don't need a gym to take care of yourself. And then when those doors open up, you're ready, you're healthy, you're good to go. You could do push-ups, you could do jump squats, you could do chin-ups, pull-ups, you can do lunges, you can do squats. There's so many things you can do. You can go get a hula hoop. Don't let the gyms not being open right now stop you from taking care of yourself, please. This way, when they open, you're ready. Thank you so much for being my fan. I appreciate you saying that a lot. Inchworm push-ups. I don't think I've ever done those. Please remind me of the inchworm push-ups so I could look that up. Okay, any other questions? You're asking me, okay, so Moy is saying a pregnant woman can do these exercises, question mark. Is it good for her? I'm not a doctor. I can't advise on that 100%. But what I will tell you is that I have had many girlfriends who have worked out throughout their pregnancy, and they were fantastic. They have to limit what they do, not a lot of lifting. I think mostly range of motion, and of course the doctor has to be the one to advise a pregnant lady. That would be the best thing to do. Okay, Pascal. Okay, I'm listening. I'm reading. I have a question. With weight equipment, you can start with light weights, but how to warm up to pull-ups? So the question is, with weighted equipment, you can start with light weights. Right, that's right. You can dictate how much weight you're pulling, but how to warm up with pull-ups. Pull-ups are hard, and I'm going to tell you that I found a pull-up bar that I installed, and I've been using it. This is my second week. And they're hard. It's hard to develop the strength to do them if you're not used to doing them. If you can have somebody spot you from your feet, what I do is I get somebody to spot me with my feet. This way they can use their arms to help me get up, and they just give me an assist. That's what I would say. Perhaps a chair or something that you can put your feet on to help you, so that you can build the strength in those muscles in your arms. And that's a process that takes time, so you have to keep at it. This week, I was not able to do as many pull-ups as I did last week. I'm confessing here. But that doesn't mean I'm going to stop. I'm going to keep using them. I hope that's helpful. Does my workout help me get ready for bikini season? 100%. I'm ready for every season. I'm ready for Christmas season. I'm ready for spring season. We just had Earth Day. I'm ready for all of it. Working out keeps me ready for all of it. Right? Yeah, that's the whole point. I'm ready for my 52nd birthday. Okay? I'm ready for my 52nd birthday. Hi, Brandon. Hi, Chumps. Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for spending time with me. I know your time is valuable. Please subscribe to my channel and like the video if you like it, and leave a comment. Let me know what you're doing, and leave your questions, because I won't be able to get to everybody's questions here. Okay, next question. I don't look like I'm 51. Thank you. This is my version of 51. Gym if you want to reach. Definitely need a gym if you want to reach some results. Eddie, I don't think you need a gym to reach results. I think you can get results on a variety of different levels, depending on what you're doing and what your goals are. You know, if there was a time where there were no gyms. People used to make weights with concrete, with buckets, with sand. So, you know, necessity is the mother of invention. Gyms were invented after the fact, after people recognized that working out and physical activity was beneficial, and they used sometimes their own body weight. So it's not an absolute 100% requirement that you have a gym to get results. That's my opinion. Thank you, James. Thank you for the birthday wish. I appreciate that. Do I think I'll compete again? Probably not, but I'm not going to say no. You know, somebody asked me the other day what the key to motivation is. And it's such a great question, because I don't think that people struggle with enough information, enough access, enough equipment. I think people struggle more with motivation. And during stressful times, motivation is harder to come by, and it's hard to maintain. And when I was competing, it was a great motivation. So, I mean, making targets like competition was great. I knew I was going to be on stage, and I had to do well, or I wanted to look good, so that was great. But sometimes it's I got to fit into a wedding dress, or I have my wedding anniversary, or my birthday's coming up, and I want to wear a bikini. You need to create targets for yourself, goals, and I think that helps with motivation. Nowadays, I don't need a competition stage to motivate me. I'm motivated by the fact that I'm going to be 52. I'm motivated by the fact that I want to live an independent life. So that's a long answer to a question related to competing, right? Sorry. You got more than you bargained for there. Never say never. Exactly, Jeffrey. You always are motivated. Yes, I find motivation in a lot of different places. A lot of different places. Sometimes it's knowing that I can help my dad with a project. There are a lot of little things that motivate me. Talking to you motivates me as well. So I really appreciate the conversations that we're having. I'm not just saying that. I think this conversation, I hope it's motivational for you. It certainly is for me. It makes me think about what's important, why I do what I do. And that's why I'm sharing this list with you. My favorite cheat meals. Okay. I have to pick one. I love pizza. I love pizza. Now I eat the cauliflower pizza. It's so good too. I like yogurt, but of course I make my own now. What else? I love ginger. I am a ginger freak. I love ginger chews. Do you know what I'm talking about? The ginger chew candies? I'm a freak for ginger. So, and chocolate. I love chocolate, dark chocolate. Thank you. You got cauliflower. That's awesome. I'm gonna share with you another recipe that, if it's helpful to you, I think finding ways to enjoy what you eat and to eat well is so important. Believe me, I love my sweets, I love my carbs, I love my fat, I love everything that everybody else loves. It's just a matter of how to find, what's gonna be the better choice. That's all it is. Thank you, William. I appreciate that. Turmeric, yeah. You know what I'm gonna do? This whole situation has accelerated my goals in different ways. And one of the things I wanna do is start a garden. I'm gonna start my own garden. I don't know when, but I'm gonna start my own garden. I'm gonna start planting my own food, because that's gonna be a workout too. Taking care of a garden has to be a lot of work, and I wanna do that. So I would love to see a picture of your turmeric. Garden, right? I love nature. I'm a nature girl. I'm an earth sign. I'm a Taurus. And roll up my sleeves and get the earth ready and take care of it and grow stuff. Yeah, that's where I'm at. That's where I'm going. Got more garden. I can do garden videos. Yeah. I could probably learn from really, really good gardening videos on YouTube. That's what you're saying, right, Milton? So, thank you for your time. This has been challenging. Pivoting and trying to take care of things with the challenges surrounding staying at home and hunkering down have been very real. The challenges of staying motivated have been real. There are days when it's just like, oh my God, but the workouts really help. Your input really helps. Counting blessings all the time really helps. And I I hope that the workout tips that I share with you, my perspective, ideas on working out, what I do that's been helpful for me for the 36 plus years is helpful to you too. And I want to tell you that your comments just lift me up. I've seen such great stuff, great stories, great pieces of history that just lift me up. When I'm feeling a little low, I read some of your comments and I feel like I got this. I've got this. We've got this. And we need to come out the other side stronger, and that's why I want to keep sharing the fitness stuff with you, because that's how we can do it. Thank you, James. It's a blessing. Hey, Brandon. I know it can be tough. It gets, it's easy to get down, but we're lucky we have social media. We have these platforms where we can still communicate with one another. We can see each other. And we know that we're not in this situation alone. And that's really important. We're living in the Jetsons era, and we are really fortunate because we're not as isolated as we would be otherwise. And so, Brandon, I'm glad you're doing better. And I love seeing your videos. I love seeing the posts that you do on your workouts. I love seeing you moving, because that inspires the other people that see it, especially me. Thank you. Have a great Sunday, all of you. Quarantine for 14 days, going back on Tuesday. I'm glad you're going back to work. Stay safe. Thank you for the work you do. So many of you are doing things that we need you to do to keep things moving forward. For those of us who can stay home, we're able to do that because there are people delivering trucks full of, groceries that we can order in and get, and just thanks. I'm staying home to keep out of the way of the people that need to be out there. And please subscribe to my channel. Please like my video if you like it. And if you don't. And leave a comment. Thank you for sharing your time with me. I hope that my tips are beneficial to you. And if you have any questions, let me know. It's hot in here, y'all. It's so hot out. It's hot in here. I'm sweating. I haven't even started flexing yet, and I'm sweating. Can you tell? Might be a heat flash. Take care. I will talk to you guys next time. Until then, stay pumped. Please, keep going. Keep going. Keep going.